Hey, how everybody's doing? This is David. I'm up here and my good friend Mike, and we're talking Tennessee football. And he wanted me to give some provenance of where these goalposts came from. I've got quite a bit. I've got some small pieces, some big pieces. And Mike's got the cross members of the goalpost at his house, and they're well marked what games they came from. But I was a student at the University of Tennessee back in 1981 till about 85-ish. Went to a lot of their football games. And of course, after the games, if we won a good game, we'd all run down on the field and tear down the goalpost. And when we tore down we beat Alabama for the first time after 13 years. Alabama beat us for like 13 years straight. We finally beat Alabama. We went down and tore down the goalpost. Mike's got the tee at his house of the cross member.
I think it was a 1982 game.
Yeah, 1982. And here's another one here from Tennessee Auburn, 1985. We tore down the goalpost. This one cross piece came off of it, so we weren't able to make the tee out of it. I really wanted to make a tee out of it, but so I've got 3 different games with 3 different pieces of memorabilia from the games. This is one of the uprights, Tennessee, Alabama, 28-27, 1984, October 20th. And but I was at these games, and when we tore down the post, we'd take them up to Cumberland Avenue and walk them all over the campus, and then we would take them over to the architecture building and get a saw, and we'd cut them up, and everybody have a souvenir. And so that's how I ended up with the.
And you did the cutting on them, right?
I did the cutting. That's where you get the cross members and the T shapes. And a lot of these pieces went out to the southeast region, all over the place. A lot of people had little pieces and parts of them. So if you want part of Tennessee history, right here, we got the pieces for you. You need something for your trophy room.
What's the story on the 1985 SEC Vanderbilt Tennessee game? You were there. No, you don't have it here. It's the T piece I got at the house.
Oh yeah, that was the championship game for SEC, and we tore down the post and got a nice T shape out of that. It's got the white cross member and the curved T piece that came up to it to make the Tennessee T. And so there's only 2 of those that I know of, and I have both of them. So if you're interested in them, get hold of Mike, and he can help you out. Hopefully work up a good price on them.
So you did drag those all over Cumberland.
We drug them all over Cumberland. If you look up the Daily Beacon, there's a picture of us on the front of the Daily Beacon carrying one of the goalposts up Cumberland Avenue. So there is documented proof of these coming from the games and being carried all over the campus. So
and you were kind of an art student, or?
Art student, was in the ceramic department, worked there at the architecture building in the back of the ceramic department, and had access to a circular saw, and we just took a plain old carpenter circular saw with a carbide tip blade and just slowly worked through the soft aluminum and cut pieces off of them, and that's why some of them are kind of crude and not quite perfect looking. I did have one piece I put in the machine shop that this is the only one that's been machined. That's why that one is really pretty. All the rest of them are cut with circular saw. If you want a little piece of Tennessee history.
So you've had these for 30-something years.
Oh my gosh, yeah, this has been coming up close on 40 years, but yeah, 35 years plus, yeah. Wow. So if you want part of Tennessee history, goalpost, Tennessee, Neyland Stadium. And David Ball, you can look me up. I was there on campus during that time. Stayed at Reese Hall and first, second year, and stayed off campus, and then went to a lot of the games. So really enjoyed them. So get you a part of Tennessee history, memorabilia right here.